Come friend, now lend me an ear, for a tale of Victor the Weird. He went on an adventure with he, him, and himself, and also his mighty fine beard. Now gather round, I'll tell you about this mighty beast. He may look as human, as mere as you, friend, but soon your eyes will feast upon this marvelous creature with many body parts. His one shirt may fool you, but what if I told you his chest had 4 red hearts? One mouth but 1,000 voices, one mind and limited choices, 2 handsome dice, 2 handsome dice. The audience rejoices. He's going to play D&D with him, himself, and he. Those are his pronouns, it's really profound. It's time for D&Me, featuring Victor and 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 Victor. One knows who knows how many repeats. So come and sit down in an empty seat. It's time for D&Me. 2 eyes, 4 cheeks, 2 souls on his feet, 2 hands for many new foes to defeat, 1 tongue, 2 lips through which to speak, but just one but.
Hello everybody, I'm Victor Rivera, and this is D&Me where I play with myself. I play D&D with myself, and welcome to episode 28 of D&MeAdventures. The theme song is produced and performed by Bradley Owens. You can find them at Bradley Owens on Instagram. And hello everybody! Let's see, Angelito El Guapo says, I'm ready, go SpongeBob, go Self. And then Duddy or something says, hi, hello, and welcome. I got a lot of great stuff to get through. D&M pre-show. So over this past week, we broke 1,000 views on Twitch, 900 views on YouTube, 300 clicks onto my link tree. What is that? linktr.ee/DnMeAdventures, and like gnome, and 100 listens on the podcast. So those numbers are amazing. We are rounding to our 7th month of D&Me, so that's all amazing. Thank you so much. And speaking of monthly, I figured out that editing a podcast episode monthly is a good pace for me. So within this past week, podcast episode 8 went up, and then also on YouTube, D&M Recap. So if you have any friends, or if you're joining us now that haven't seen all 20 previous episodes, D&M Recap is a 5-ish minutes where I summarize 5 episodes of D&Me. So episode 1 through 5 episodes, 1, the Icy Encounters, and to 5, the Skewered Dragon, are in a 6-minute video up on YouTube. So share that around. I am hopefully working on 6 through 10 and 11 through 15 this upcoming week. And then also this upcoming week, I have a bunch of other stuff, including a D&Me Extra. I only have a few of those. Something about, songs and music. So that's exciting. Also, a little housekeeping. Next week, I have my 3rd day of my paid motion capture work on Wednesday. So I'm probably not going to stream that night, but I'm thinking about either Sunday or Thursday. Let me know which one's better for y'all. Thursday or Sunday of next week. That'll be episode 29. So a lot of great stuff. And then I have here a box, an unboxing. We did unboxing for episode 24 and 25. That was 2 unboxings in a row. I'm gonna scoot this down a little bit so that you can see me better. Yeah. So Tipsy did both of those, so we're gonna have my other boys roll off. Let's see. Onyx will be 1, Rock will be 2, Toot Toot will be 3, Onyx will be 4, Rock will be 5, Toot Toot will be 6. 3, 1, 2, 3, Toot Toot. Hello. Yesterday also was my my day, so that was Toot Toot Day. Happy Toot Toot Day, everybody. Toot Toot Day was Tuesday. It was February 22nd, 2022, which is 22222, and during the afternoon and the morning, it was 222. So we did a D&M artistry, which Victor was too humble to mention earlier, so we are trying to do that Tuesdays at 7 p.m., and those have been going very well. This is what we have so far for D&M Artistry, D&M Pre-Show. This is Let's All Roll for Our Hobby. And it's a fun little 1957. Victor tells me it's an animation. So that's exciting. So I will open this much safer than Tipsy did the last couple times. I will use this knife. Victor, why do you have a knife on your desk? Don't worry about it. Okay, I won't. All right. This is from... I'm not going to... Well, I guess the whole point of unboxing it is that it has Hotel Transylvania stuff on it. Which Victor tells me it has to do with monsters and stuff. That's one. Let's not point it... Well, this is... There we go. All right. So, clean that knife off, put it away. Bring up the chat. Tipsy number 1 fan says, wowzers. Yes, wowzers indeed. All right. So, what we have here... Look, out of all of the unboxings that we have done, I am just going to gently place this cardboard box on the ground for Victor to retrieve later. Not throw it across the room like some heathen. And this is D&D Tomb of Annihilation. Dare to defy death in this adventure for the world's greatest role-playing game. Welcome to the jungle. Tomb of Annihilation. Exciting. This is one of the only books that Victor doesn't have anymore. So, we're getting there. Let's see, how many more do we have? We can find out on our link tree, Amazon wish list. Click, click. Not a lot left, actually. I will put this gently underneath Victor's book right here. Boop. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 more books of the official D&D campaigns. Amazing. So, let's see. Victor, is there any gift-giving holidays coming? Not really. Okay. Thank you. I will see you in the episode. I'm going to step back into my dressing room.
Wait a second, he got a dressing room?
Tipsy. Yeah. Because he's professional.
Man, that fucking sucks.
All right. So, I did a little bit of D&M research after the fact. So, Tipsy, Tipsy, go into the foot closet. What's the foot? At the foot of the bed, there's like this piece of furniture. Shoe something? Go in there. Because it's like a trunk. A foot trunk. Come on, chat. It's at the end of a bed. It's like a foot or something. But you don't store feet in it. All right, chat. I'll wait. Oh, I saw it. Okay, so Tipsy and Toot Toot last episode thought about good guys for the group name for my boys, and I did a little bit of D&M research after the fact. So The Good Guys were 2 TV shows. One was 1968 to 1970 with Bob Denver, and then the other one was 2010 with Bradley Whitford and Colin Hanks, so we can't do that. The Nice Guys was a 2016 movie with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, and then The Other Guy, a 2010 movie with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. So we were close. It was a good idea. That's why there's so many of them. Oh, sirens. Good evening. How are you doing today? Oh? Someone's really loud outside. Foot Locker. Thank you, Mommy. You get 10 D&Me points. Foot Locker, yes. So, Tipsy, crawl back into the Foot Locker until we're ready for you for the episode.
Thanks for putting cheese cubes in here.
You are welcome. I'm stuck in Toot Toot. So, a D and revision also. Last episode, as Yagra fell, and I'll get to that in the D and recaps, but I said that she was like 6'5", and then I went back through my notes, and she's actually already 7 foot. So we will see if she's taller than 7 foot, because Toot Toot is always hyper aware of people's height, especially if they get close to his 7'3". So we'll roll for that later. And then my last little bit here, D and retcon. So I thought about it as I was preparing for tonight's episode, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't really make sense for Princess Bonnie to be Bonnie. Like, if she is working in a tavern and she's hiding from assassins or like this whole other country, it wouldn't be great if I, Victor, go off into another city and then start waiting tables by the name Victor, and then the people from nowhere are going to try and find me. They're going to try and find a Victor. So, I solved that, but I just want to, D and retcon, I'm gonna fudge it a little bit when we get into the episode. So, what has been a boon for me writing and recording the D and recaps, episode 1 through 5, was actually going through the episodes where I do exactly this, where I do D and recap, where I summarize what happened in episode 27. So, after exiting the theater and then seeing the aftermath of the piglet, the city guardsman dragging this school bus size bullet corpse out of the ground, then my boys decide, well, Tipsy leads my boys in going southward towards the yawning portal to pick up some food in order to interact with the were-rats. But before they got there, then Yagra Stonefist, this 7-foot half-orc, approached Toot Toot and said that Davil Starsong, a member of the Black Network, would like to speak to him in the back alley. So Yagra led Toot Toot down a hallway and then turned around and pinned him up against the wall and said, "What are you doing with Bonnie?" Which then, with a very clever use of message spell, then Rock and Onyx and Tipsy, from having an awkward encounter outside of emotions, an awkward emotional encounter outside, then they come charging into the hallway, and then Yagra, which put Yagra on the defense, and they went into initiative, which was my first time using the Photoshop as a map drawer, which worked out very well, I felt. And then my boys, well, Onyx, knocked her out, and then they dragged her out into the alley and went through her pockets, finding gold and platinum and a perfect symbolic happenstance of a trinket in a scarab beetle, and then found out that she was actually Bonnie's bodyguard. So we resume right there. Bonnie's bodyguard. Well, that's not good. Can someone check if she's still breathing? We dumped a healing potion into her, right? Victor made new inventory sheets. So, yeah, I guess that's right. Can someone do a medicine check on her real quick? And then who has the best medicine? Toot Toot has a +3. Rock has a +1. Oh, okay. I was like, +6. What? Onyx has a +2. And then Tipsy has a +2. Okay, I will do it. So then Toot Toot will go down. Well, he asked someone else to do it. So Tipsy, who's right there, will go,
Okay.
and then he has this giant in his gnome-sized hands scarab beetle, and I want to roll to see if it is a real dead scarab, or if it's like, well, it technically said dead in the last one. Yeah, so it's dead. I was gonna see if it was like a piece, like a precious stone or something like in the Mummy, but it did say it was a dead scarab beetle. So he gingerly puts it down on the ground.
Okay. So, rolling for medicine to see if she's okay.
I will use this die.
That's a natural 1, so...
And then he just picks the scarabeel back up.
She's fine. She attacked us, so... But she has a real squirrely past.
And then Onyx pushes him aside, and then he will roll medicine with a 17 plus 2. Yep, so feeling perhaps a little bit guilty now. Then Onyx shoves Tipsy aside with maybe... He's not holding back force in pushing Tipsy aside, and then he goes and... In his years of being by himself in the wilderness, then he knows, like, breathing and blood pressure and stuff. So then he goes to, like, the nostrils and then feels her chest to make sure that there's breath in it going up and down, and then she'll be fine with that health potion. Probably not with the ice anchor attacks. And then then Tutu's just kind of in shock and awe, staring down at this Goliath fighter form, who is just all rippling muscle. And then he goes, you know what? Let us, Rock, could you go inside and perhaps find Bonnie?
I certainly can.
Yes, I will do that. You all... Can Rock... Oh, also... Okay. There's a lot of stuff spent already for spell slots. So... Is she a Bonnie lass? No, Volothan made that joke. Back in the day, let's see. Rock will go, are you okay being back here in this alley? Or do you need some protection? Or... And then, Tutu will go, we will be fine. We just, there are boxes and we could maybe... put her like up against, gentlemen, help me put up against the wall, outside wall of the yawning portal, so that someone just doesn't walk by. Oh, and then maybe if one of you is at one end of the alley and the other one's at the other end, and then one stays here, we'll figure that out. Rock, go inside. And then Rock will, okay, so we're gonna follow Rock. I do like how Rock is a very swishy person. Almost, in my head, it's like Snape, almost, where like he walks and his robes flutter behind him, but not any of the malice and vitriol of Snape. He's just like, his wrists have a little bit more movement to him, because like going back through some of the older episodes, like he sits with one leg over the other, like sitting in a chair, and he jingles and jangles, so it's neat to see the fluidity in his movement. So we see his robes flutter in the air as he goes up the stairs and into the yawning portal, and then it's... What time did I say it was? Oh, it's like afternoonish. So the dinner rush is starting to trickle in. It's like that. It's an older crowd. So like, even though it's 4, then it's like early dinner. So it's starting to get a little bit busy. And then Rock will roll. Rock will roll a perception check. Well, he's better at investigation. I guess he's looking for Bonnie. Yeah. Let's see. What else is he proficient? He's proficient in religion. That hasn't really come up. Intimidation. Oh, interesting. Because he is a half-orc. History, Arcana. Victor never does anything with religion or history. That's not true. I have stuff planned, but not currently. 9 plus 6, 15. All right. Yeah, for investigation, then he kind of goes to the bar and looks around, and Sure enough, as the tables are filling up, then he can see Bonnie kind of dash about a little bit, and then she's heading towards the kitchen. And then Rock steps forward. Rock swooshes forward.
Bonnie, I realize that you have tables and customers and patrons. However, we do have a situation outside. If you wouldn't mind finding just a real quick break, real quick, please.
And then Bonnie looks up and reads Rock's face with a natural 1, so she like looks questioningly up at him, and she has like a bunch of like empty tankards. Like she has like 3 empty tankards in each hand, and like a notebook filled with scribbles.
Just let me put these down in the kitchen real quick, and then put the orders in, and then I'll have Durnan pick up. Hold on a second.
And then she goes over to Durnan. She like waves him down, and then he comes, and then she explains a little bit, and so he takes her notebook and the tankards and goes into the kitchen.
Okay, I'm ready right now. Let's go.
And then Rocco,
yes, please, quick. This is we need to go right now.
And so then they exit out the front door, and then following the billowing cloak, then we go to the side of the building, and then let's see what figuration my boys are. All right, so we have the billowing cloak of Rock, and then he turns the corner, and then hello, Onyx, and then Onyx is like showing all of his muscles. He's doing the strong boy thing where you put your hands like this and then make your biceps look bigger, and he's right blocking the mouth of the alley.
Name? Rock, the half-orc wizard.
All right, go on. And then he looks over at Bonnie. Name?
I'm Bonnie.
All right, check so. Come on. And then he goes. He kind of Onyx leads them to the passed out. Oh, the passed out body of the Goliath fighter. And then you hear Bonnie gasp. And then Toot Toot, who's there, kind of bent over the body, looks up. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Ah, yes, this very much looks bad. But if it's any consolation, which is it?
And not important right now.
You are right, Rock. She attacked us first, so she's fine right now. We pumped a healing potion in her. So, do you? And then Bonnie's bottom lip starts to quiver. Oh, she is still alive. I just want that to be perfectly fine. And then Tipsy comes from the other end of the alley.
They're not coming. Why was I over that
way? Tipsy, come here. So Bonnie, is this one of yours? And then, in this shocked silence, Bonnie gets closer to the horizontal form of this Goliath fighter, with, sensible armor. There's always the discussion, which it shouldn't be, of like female armor, whether or not it needs obvious curves or if it's just like a chain link bikini. But no, this Goliath fighter female bodyguard is wearing, a sensible, like, studded leather armor. Great. It's very much Brienne of Tarth. It's very much this played by the same actress in the Star Wars universe, where it's like a chrome stormtrooper outfit, and then someone goes, well, it doesn't look like female stormtrooper armor, and then Star Wars itself replied, it's armor. Yeah, it's a female armor, it's male armor, it's armor. So excuse me, hold on. So Bonnie slowly, cautiously, with like her arms and hands extended outward, shaking visibly, goes towards like the chest and the head of the formerly what was this turquoise half orc on the ground, and toot toot. I should have done this. It was a really chaotic last couple minutes, so if you'll excuse me. And then he lays his hands on like her lower legs to be to give Bonnie a little bit of space. And then he will cast Cure Wounds with the great song that is okay. And then he puts his hands respectfully like below the knee on the calf. What's that body part? I don't know. And then he kind of whispers to himself and the boys, more so than Bonnie and the Yager fighter. Don't die. Don't pass away. You are Bonnie's bodyguard. Doom. And then with that, like golden magic pulses through the leg. Doom, doom, toot, toot, toot. And then with each one, then after a little bit, then and then the Goliath fighter flawless. And then she looks up at Bonnie, and then Bonnie, at this point, silent tears streaming down her face. I couldn't find you. I thought you were lost. My apologies, Princess. It was not my intention to concern you. No, how are you here? Princess, when we came into Waterdeep, I lost you, and I couldn't find you, and I went to the rendezvous that we had, and I went every day for weeks, and you weren't there. You weren't there for many days, and I struggled. And then Bonnie, like she's kind of gasping for air, and you could see a lot of guilt wash over her face. For days, I went every day to the rendezvous, and you weren't there, and Sheen wasn't there, and the High Lord wasn't there, and after the first month, and then the Goliath fighter kind of uses some effort to sit up and then stare right into Bonnie's face. I failed you, and I apologize. It was my mission to guard you at every moment, and I did not succeed. So after the first month, I had to do something. I was distraught. And Bonnie is really taking this kind of hard. She's like sobbing and like gasping for breath. And with this like a violent and then she goes in for a hug, and then formerly Yagra puts one arm, this huge arm, just around this small petite form of Bonnie. Flawless, no. It's okay, I found you, and that's the most important part. And then you hear a muffled, I'm sorry, I just... And then Bonnie, like, removes her face from up against the studded leather armor, and she says,
we came, it was terrifying, and then we came to this new city, and there was so much potential in life, and I didn't feel the threat looming, and the people here, Tiffany.
I know. Some are little shits. And then with that, it's a kind of meaningful look over at like Tipsy and Onyx. But some are really good. And then staring at like the kneecaps of Rock and Toot.
I just had to explore. I had to live a little bit. You know, back in anywhere, it was. I loved Papa and my mom, but it was like princess duties. So when I came here and like the weight of that was lifted, and yes, I understand that we were, fleeing for our lives, but when we got here, it felt that we had a new opportunity, and I'm sorry that I did run away from you. I promise that wasn't to hurt you. I was just, I was never allowed to explore. And
then the newly named Tiffany is, yes, you are a princess of the people. So that is actually how I rediscovered you. After the first month, then I had to continue doing something resembling some good. And then after a while with that circumstance, then not circumstance, but after that ordeal that I found myself in, then I came to the yawning portal, and then I was waited upon by this form.
And then she looks up, like, proud or admiringly up at Bonnie,
who was thriving, and she was making the best out of her situation. So I stay. You know this form, obviously, but
then she shrinks a little bit into the turquoise skinned half-orc sitting on the ground, and Bonnie gasps, "Oh, Yagra! Oh, Stonefist! I should have known." And then Bonnie goes in for another hug, and there's just a quiet, sweet moment of them embracing one another. And my boys look on. And then after their sweet little moment, then Yagra. Well, would she still be Yagra? Yeah, why not? She'll still be Yagra for a second. Then she kind of like repositions where she is now just like sitting still, leaning up against the wall of the awning portal. And then she looks up at my boys.
I guess I should have explained that a little bit better.
Yeah, no doubt.
Tipsy. But,
and then she looks specifically at Onyx.
You kicked my ass. That was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It was like when we all fought that troll. You were that ice anchor. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
But, and then she looks up at Tutu.
seriously, what were you doing with Bonnie? And then what is it? And then Bonnie looks up at. Oh, whoops! Did I do a whole scene, and then would dramatic irony? Well, I wanted that sweet scene, so we got it. Because now I'm thinking, well, okay, let's play it. So then Yagra, well, shit. Because if I were to rewrite that scene, which is the first time this has ever happened, then Yagra might have, like, tried to push Bonnie behind her and, like, or, like, defend her against my boys, but okay, so that's internal for Yaga or Tiffany, and then, but those are thoughts running in through her mind, but to see Bonnie's ease with the four boys, then she'll go, Princess, are these men bothering you in any way? And then Bonnie goes, no, quite the opposite. Oh, Tiffany, I've overheard in the yawning portal that nowhere has found us. So they're sending someone. I don't know who, I don't know how many, I don't know when, I don't know where, but someone, they know we're here. So I actually recruited these fine gentlemen to help us. So they've already contacted Sheen. They delivered the message that we need to, well, I guess we've been doing for the past couple months, but instead of hiding in plain sight, we need to figure out something else. We need to come up with a game plan, because I don't know if we're safe here anymore. Okay, shame, because the meteor was really good. Yeah, wasn't it? Says Onyx, piping up, and then kind of everyone looks at him. What? It is good. And then Tiffany goes, okay, so we found Sheen. Well, they found Sheen. Well, where's Sheen? He's over in the theater, the Seven Masks theater. I should have known. Yeah, that one kind of plays into itself. Well, have you been having any trouble finding Constance? I haven't been able to find him. I haven't been able to look for anyone, really. Okay, well, I might have a lead. If you four are as good as this princess says, then I guess I can let you know. Because I've been working with the Black Network, with the Zents, then I have heard some things that Constance is actually in the C word, but you know him, he's a tricky fella, he's slippery, so that's all I know. But if you need help finding the last of us, then that would be the place to start. And I can help, absolutely. Princess Flawless, I am yours. And then Bonnie, I know. And then she stands up and straightens up and presentorily turns to my boys. Gentlemen, I wasn't forthright with you before. Bonnie is, of course, my alias here in the Yawning Portal, but I am Direction. I am Misdirection, but Princess. I prefer, well, Princess Direction doesn't really work, so you can call me either Princess Misdirection or just Princess, or Bonnie, because that's how we've met and befriended. So Bonnie works well too, but I just wanted to tell you my real name. Oh, storytelling. And so then Toot Toot bows awkwardly. Princess, misdirection. Princess and then he just bows, and then Rock kind of watches him bow, and then yes, of course. And then he bows, and then Tipsy. Oh, we're doing. Hey, this dead scarab fell out of your pocket. And then he hands over the dead scarab to Tiffany. Thanks. And then she grabs it and then puts it in one of her pockets, and then she starts feeling around, and then Tipsy goes, okay, so you know what? So you said the C word? Well, no, you didn't say the C word, but, you know, the C ward, that's where the last one is. Constance, is that what his name is? That's a weird name. Yes, Sir Constance. He is a high lord of anywhere. And he, unfortunately, that power and position is something he would not shed. But yes, that is the last doppelganger. Well, the last citizen from anywhere that we need to speak to. So, thank you. Well, and then she looks up at the four boys and thank you for helping me find. This is Tiffany, by the way. It's Yagra Stonefist, but she is my protector, and she looks at Tiffany again. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have done it, and I've felt bad about it for weeks and months, but the stories here and the people and the goodness. A kingdom in a city is only as good as its people. And for the flaws here in Waterdeep, there is such good. So, thank you. I think, oh my gosh, I have tables that I need to get to. And then Tiffany just starts a low chuckle. I will be back. Tiffany, if you want to come in, and then of course, Dernan, the bartender, you know Dernan, you've been here for a while. He's on our side also. And he knows. So if you want to go up to him, then he will give you like free drink, and we will talk about though the company that you keep right now. That seems like a story for later. Yes, my princess. And then Bonnie kind of stands up and then like brushes her knees and her just uniform from the dust and the snow a little bit, and then she nods briskly at my four boys and then turns the corner and then goes, well, no, there's the door right there in order to get from the alleyway, so I guess she goes in that. I forgot about that. Yeah, she goes in the door and then down the hall back into the tap room of the awning portal. And then with Tiffany now down on the ground, then Rock goes, please excuse me, but we have Princess Misdirection and Sheen and Sir Constance. Tiffany? Yes, it's my chosen name. It's because I'm as tough and as gorgeous as a diamond. And then you hear Tipsy. What? Oh, nothing. I think it's a very suitable name. You have an excellent jawline, and and then he like looks up at my boys, and then Toot, I'm not helping you. And then he looks over at Onyx, who is not looking at Tipsy, but he's staring at the Goliath fighter sitting on the ground. because then you hear as Tiffany's head rotates from Tipsy to look at Onyx, and just the very well-defined muscles in her neck and arms like are being lit by this excellent key light that's yellow and then streaming down, and the edges of the frame are like smeared with Vaseline, and kind of this already very strong half-orc from the first 2 episodes that took on 5 human bandits by herself and helped Durnan push a troll into a fire and knocked the teeth out of Ban, and then held her own in a hallway fight against Daredevil and survived Onyx's ice anchor. Took on my 4 boys all at once in the hallway, and then then from Onyx's point of view, you just see Tiffany's jaw move and no words come out, and then Onyx, what? And then Tiffany says, "What are you staring at?" And then he looks up also at like Rock and Toot Toot, and then Rock is a little oblivious. Why not? And then but Toot Toot's smiling from tusk to tusk. And then oh, this is great. Oh, narrative. So then Onyx, can I help you up? It's extending out his beefy arm, with the white arm hair on it. He holds out a hand, and then Tiffany, yeah, I can use a little help. And then she like clasps Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Carl Weathers clasps arms like in the kind of ancient Greece, like all the 300 movies and stuff. Then I guess Onyx will roll, because he's at least 2 feet shorter. Well, technically, since Yagra was 7 feet tall and Onyx is 5'1", which is tall for a dwarf, it's at least 1'11" inches. But we will do a strength throw. Yeah, strength saving throw for Onyx. 15 plus 6. Yeah, 21. And then lifts Tiffany up, and then Toot Toot clocking Tiffany standing up, then all right, moment of truth. And then he looks to Tiffany, and then I will roll a very important D12 because this will determine how many. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 7 feet. Yagra's 7 feet plus whatever this teal die is, which works out because that's Yagra's color. Well, is she Yagra again though? So she's 7 foot tall. But then, okay, as Yagra stands up, then 3 inches shorter than Toot Toot, then Toot Toot bursts out, "How tall are you?" And then she looks up. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, she's Yagra now. Well, she's in the Yagra form, so 7. Oh, no. Oh, my. Okay, great. Toot Toot. Ha, 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 ha. Yes. All right. Good. You know what? size doesn't matter. I've heard, actually, that some women are more comfortable with, less size. And then Tipsy goes, Are we talking, what are you talking, height? Yes, yeah, height, sure. All right, let us go. Yagra, do you need anything? Well, I got my ass handed to me, so I think I need a beer. I think I need a mead. And then Onyx goes, yeah, for, Onyx, what are you trying to do, bud? And then I guess that's a charisma that he's trying to do. Let's see. What are the charisma skills? We have deception. No. We have performance, persuasion. Okay. I guess that's persuasion, but our boy has a -1. So let's roll for that. So, which I feel should be a disadvantage. No, he already has a -1 to it. So with an 8 -1, this is a 7. And then on his hands, then you see this this ring on his finger, and then it flashes the... Oh, that's very interesting. Because Yagra Stonefist is turquoise. Yagra the blue instead of Rock the purple. But then also... Hold on a second. But also, Paige the Wordsmith is teal, but like a dark teal because of the bronze. Interesting. I like it. So then you see this ring on his finger kind of like have one pulse of the blue, like the light turquoise, and then that means he rolls again. With a 14 -1, so with a 13 because of his ring of sexual magnetism, baby. That's the first time I ever used that for Onyx. Would you like to grab a beer? Oh, no. Now they're both blending. Would you like to go grab a beer? I'm going to grab a beer, yes, right now. Okay, great. And then Onyx is heading towards the front of the awning portal with Yagra, and then you hear Tipsy behind going, well, okay, hold on a second. Group meeting. Boy huddle. And then Yagra kind of stops at the head of the alley, and then Onyx holds up his hand of like a stop motion, and then he sees the ring, and he's kind of mesmerized by it, and then he shakes it, and then it goes back to a normal ring color, and goes, oh, okay. Hold on a second, please. And then he turns around furious at Tipsy. What?
Onyx, it would mean a lot to me if we go to see the were-rats right now.
And then he looks up. Onyx looks up, kind of pissed at Toot Toot and Rock. And then Toot Toot softly goes, we are going. And then Onyx looks at both of them who are wearing the silver mantles. And then he looks down at his own silver mantle. And then, like, about a foot to the left of Tipsy. Then he turns around. Later. Which has half a question mark on it. And then Yagra Stonefist. I will be in there, so yeah, later, fine. And then Onyx goes, all right, fine. And then Yagra squints her eyes a little bit at the four, just this hodgepodge of random characters in the alley. And then she shakes her head a little bit and then goes inside the awning portal. And then Onyx, with a very purposeful twist of the neck, Stares right at Tipsy. Okay. Lead the way. My voices are kind of muddied today. But we have good punnage in the chat. Let's see. That's called Careless Whisper, right? By Kenny something? Kenny Rogers? Kenny clarinet guy? Careless. By George Michael. Is that it? Oh, alto sax. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So I think that might be it. I don't know. Okay, so skee-ba-dee-ba-dee, beep-ba-dee-ba-dee, beep-ba-doo. Cool. Now, with Foot Locker. All right. So then, my boys. Onyx is standing stock still straight where he is. And then Toot Toot, recognizing that this is a reluctant acceptance, then Toot Toot looks up at Tipsy. Would you care to lead the way? And then Tipsy, who makes sure that the platinum piece and the 30 gold, well, the platinum piece is deep in his pocket. Then he brings out, as Tipsy's the furthest one into the alley, then he takes the 30 gold that he snuck off of Yagra and then walks by. What is 30 evenly divided by 4? That is 7. It's 7788. Great. So as Tipsy, the other boys are still, and then Tipsy walks and then reaches to the right and hands Rock 7 gold, and then Toot Toot 7 gold, and then Onyx 8 gold. And then he keeps his 8 gold, future Victor, write those numbers down, and then he hooks left, and then walks down to the dock ward. Yes, the dock ward, because at the very bottom of the map, hey, I have the map. I have the map. Thought I had the map. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me find this pick up a little bit. So, where is the ding dang map? Okay, Waterdeep map. Is it? Hold, please. Do 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 do. Nice to think and place around. We can always send this crowd. I'll never done them dance again. Guilty pleasure's got no rhythm, and I knew to pretend the way I dance with you. Oh. Is that still the same song? I'm trying to the tinny radio. Should I sound better than I lead the hand, and you can't got no rhythm. I'm standing to pretend the way I dance with you. Oh. Oh. Do it. All right. Do it. So, we have the yawning porter right there. Scoop beep. Then the yawning portal, they head out of there and then start walking down the
What is that? I can't read that. Snail Street? Yup. Snail Street. And then, when they come to a familiar intersection where they saw to the right actually this path was stopped by the carnage of the Zents versus the Xanathar in the first, let's see, it was, I think episode 4, Shops and Snowy Streets, right before they went into the Skewered Dragon. So I will roll something real quick. I want you to see me, though. There we go. Evens, yes, odd, no. 11, odd, no. All right, so then we keep going, and then Tipsy. What am I clicking and dragging now? Fart. Okay, I guess it's nothing. So then Tipsy, oh, that's why. Tipsy leads them down to the very bottom. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I need to look at my map because that map is too tiny for me to see on my screen. So they emerge from the sewers in Fish Gut Alley with the Peabodies, and then right across the street on Spices Street, that is where the Halfling Hostel is. So, okay, let me fold my map. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for joining me. Interesting stuff happening. Oh. It's picking my nose. Cool. There we go. Get out of here, D&Me. Okay. Perfect. So, as they're heading down, then, well, actually, one more time. One more time again. So, they're heading down Snail Street. The Skewer Jagger's like right there. So they're heading down Snail Street, then going this way, right at the docks. Then they're turning into Spices Street. And then I will roll something else. Cool. So as they're kind of emerging from the long corridor that was Snail Street, and then they see some docks to the right leading out into the, I don't even know what it's called, the harbor, the Great Harbor, and like snow's melting down here, so it's becoming later in the afternoon, starting to get into the evening. It's like 5-ish, 5:36, and the sun is getting the sun is setting because it's on the end of winter. So they're walking, and then this is really the first time all of them are seeing the dock together. And as they're walking, then Toot Toot, thinking in his head, 7'7". Oh man, good thing I didn't see that. Oof. And then he's looking out into the ships coming and going, and the giant ships right up, with height. Then the giant ships really close, loaded at the dock, and then
Tipsy leading the way is kind of just looking at the signs and then heading off, and then he's kind of hugging close to the buildings and turning down that last corner, and then ooh, great. So we nuts. Okay. Then so my boys being led by Tipsy kind of turn that corner with a kind of turn the corner, and there's a couple buildings and a couple alleyways, and then from one of the alleyways, then a knife thump, into the ground like 5 feet away from Tipsy, and Tipsy stops and then stares into the alley, and then sees this small furry thing kind of emerge from behind one of the barrels, and then a voice goes, no, not even. You do not get to do this. And then Tipsy, wait, what? Is that? And then emerging is this halfling young man who's kind of wavy brown hair, but what follows. And then Tipsy looks into the alleyway and then see these two honey-colored circles emerging from the darkness of the alley. And then this young man halfling with wavy brown hair and a brown olive skin, because there are different types of olive. So not the green olive, but the brown olive. I did look that up a little bit. Emerges, and like he's kind of scruffy, and that matches like his scruffy like really dirty and tattered fur coat that goes down him. Do not even go any further. I know what you are doing. I do not want any of this. And this is Remy, one of the were-rats. And then Tipsy goes, oh, no, see, I came, and then he holds up his big pack of food from the awning portal, and then Remy waves it aside. No, do not. You are coming to do more harm. And then he looks up at Onyx, who he has not seen before, and then Rock and Toot Toot. See, even you. Then he points accusatorily at Toot Toot and Rock. You two seemed nice. You seemed okay. You are hurting so much. And then he points over to Tipsy, and then he points to Onyx. Are you trying to slaughter us now? Is that what is going on? You come into where I live and do so much damage, so much harm, so much hurt. This? And then he points aggravatedly now. What? You were trying to kill us? Tipsy, no. Then what is that? And then he points at Onyx's silver mantle, at Toot Toot's silver mantle, at Rock's silver mantle. Last time you told us that you sold silver bars, which was horrible to hear. And now you came displayed full with silver. Why are you doing this to us? You are as bad as the Zenithar Guild. And then Tipsy, no, I am trying. And then he throws the bag of food down at Remy's feet. That is from the yawning portal. That is even more food.
I am trying, and everything I'm doing is fucking up. So I'm sorry. I really am trying for you and your sister and your dad. I don't know why. I was brought here. I don't know why how I met you. You almost bit me. You did bite me. Yeah. Your dad and your sister deserve better. And then, God damn it, Tipsy. Why would you say that? Because now Remy's gonna attack. Fuck. All right. Where at? Well, yeah, well, no. Remy will attack first, so. Now I'm all flush. And everything's hot. Alright, yeah. No, Remy earned that. That is a natural 20. Plus 4. With this, then Remy charges from the alley right at Tipsy. And then at near the same spot where he bit Tipsy before, then he bites Tipsy just with these bite rat or hybrid form only, so he's in normal form, but he has multi-attack. The were-rat makes 2 attacks, only one of which can be a bite attack, but can he use one of his attacks to shapeshift, to shape change? The were-rat can use its action to polymorph. Okay. Well, then I don't want to do that. Okay. We avoided something very awful. So, bite can only happen in rat or hybrid form, and then Remy right now is in humanoid form. And so he can't bite, but if he uses his action, it'll be to multi-attack, which he can't use his action to shape-shift, because the multi-attack is 2 different attacks. So, okay. But with a natural 20, then he will come up and just rage, like blind ragefully, claw at Tipsy's face. And I will give him that, absolutely. Which... Tipsy, why'd you say that, bud? So that is... I will do this. And Tipsy still has only half health from... Well, I guess technically when they had their late lunch, that could have been a short rest. So yeah, let's do that. Yeah, because it would have been a short rest. Oh, well, Tipsy needs to roll then. And then Onyx... I would say Onyx doesn't have those 2 extra temporary hit points from Armor of Agathis. So, Tipsy, how many hit dice do you have? You have 6d8. So, let's roll them sweet bones real quick. 6d8, yeah. Okay.
That's a 7 and an 8. That's 15. That probably takes care of all this, actually. 4, 10. That literally takes care of all that. So that's awesome. My dry erase marker, it erases perfectly great, but not if it's been more than a couple weeks. Okay. Yeah. So, Tipsy literally gets all of his health back, which is great. And then, what was that modifier? Okay. A 1d4 and a 1d6 plus 4. That's good. So that's 4 plus 4, 8. 1 and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. So then Remy, just blindly rage. Not rage like barbarian, but just he sees red and then just claws at Tipsy's face instead of biting. So like he scratches Tipsy's face and then like nicks right above Tipsy's eye and it starts bleeding. And that is the second unexpected initiative in 2 episodes. I thought, wow, I expected him to treat that with more civility. Diplomacy. But when in the moment. So I am charging up Photoshop right now so that I can draw this mess. Oh, I need my... Okay. Ski-wee-dee-doo-boop-bee-dee-doo-bee-dee-doo-boop-boo-doo-doo. Come on. There we are. Bee-dee-doo-boop-bo-boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I did not make a like map or thing like I said I would. But here we go. Well, I didn't say I would, but I said I should. I said I will. Okay, so come down here for pre-show. Scooby-doo-ba-doo-ba-boo-dee-doo. Oh. Oh, no. Dean Artistry, that's what I need to do. Listen along. This listen along was listen along with Toot Toot's ongoing Spotify playlist, which we were listening together for this last Dean Artistry last night. We were listening to Toot Toot's Spotify playlist. Well, I was in my head. Boop. Well, shoot. And then there we go. So now these are buildings. Beep beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep 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 boop boop beep. This is like the dock, and then Remy. This is Remy, who will be like a furry brown. And then this is Tipsy, who he will be... No, I was going to draw like a little tankard, but he will be this, and then with his coif of brown hair. He was kind of like that color brown. All right, now Onyx is, what is that shortcut? D and then red. That's Onyx. And then Toot Toot. Will be here. And then, last but not least, Rock. So Toot Toot is actually over here. Yep. Toot Toot is actually over here. And then Rock is purple. So, Remy came up and started clawing and attacking Tipsy's face. And then we are going into initiative. So, this rogue will be Tipsy. This barbarian will be Onyx. This bard will be Toot Toot. The pink one will be, well, do I have another? Let's see. This one will be Remy. And there we go. So, initiative. Bunch of cool numbers. Were-rats, dexterity +2. So, okay. +3 +0. Okay. We have okay, so this is the Earth around. No. Okay. Up first we have, I don't need that. Okay. I'm sorry. Cool. So, up first we have Tipsy, who rolled a 16, but he has a +3 initiative, so that's 19. We have Onyx, who rolled a 16 +0. We have, oh, that's why. Okay. Stop. What are you doing? We have Toot Toot. Nope. We have, well, shoot. Yeah. We have Rock, who 5 +2 initiative, so that's 7. We have Toot Toot, who is 3 +3, 6. Okay. So Tipsy's turn next. Tipsy, let's see. He has some spells. He could do sneak attack, cunning action. I should have this up. So I will just, fuck, snap. Okay. Tipsy right now is ultimately with the were rats. He feels he really wants to help them. He wants to help Cleo. He wants to help Algernon. He wants to help Remy. He doesn't want to hurt any of them, but he does by accident. So the first time that they met, then Remy came and bit him in the chest. And then that kind of spooked Cleo. And then the next time, and that was with Rock. And then the second time, he went in through the other entrance, through the halfling hostel, with Toot Toot and gave them food, but then hurt them emotionally by saying that he sold a bunch of silver bars, which he didn't know until he sold it him. And then he said something he probably shouldn't have to Remy, and then got attacked. So, yep, all right. He will, in defense, stick out his hand, and out of his palm comes this fart. And what's Remy's health? That is let me write that down, because that's where. Okay, this one you don't get to see, y'all. Just in case I need to fudge it. Okay. 2D. Well. Okay. Cool. So, out of Tipsy's hand comes a fart. Remy needs to roll a Constitution saving throw. His Constitution's +1. Constitution saving. Well, not with a 4. That's a 3 plus the 1. So 4. He fails that Constitution saving throw. And then this poison spray that Tipsy just did, that's 2d12, which is a lot. Yikes. That's a 3 and a 12. So 15 total. Okay. Then Tipsy, in self-defense, kind of is pushing Remy back. Well, he can't really push, I guess. It's more flavor. That, and then because I keep drawing small, because that's just how Victor do. So that's a little bit better to see for everyone, I guess. So Tipsy kind of Remy's clawing at his face, and then Tipsy puts his hands up in self-defense, and then poison sprays Remy, and then Remy, like, it gets in his mouth. And, like, gets kind of pepper sprayed a little bit. And then he kind of recedes. And then Tipsy, with that, he'll go, "I'm sorry, I'm just trying to help." Yep. Oh boy. Because next, Remy, who rolled a 16 plus 2. Remy 18. It's his turn now. And then he kind of staggers back, just putting his weight on his back foot and then blinking hard, and you can see his eyes are like already bloodshot and like tearing up, and he goes, "You are trying to help? Well, this is great help." And then he gestures to his face, and then he uses his action in the cover of this alley to shapeshift into, like, his face, like, gets all furry, and then he shapeshifts into the were-rat, and then he will use his movement to flee. That's really what he'll do. So he'll move 30 feet that way. Oh, Tipsy. God damn it. Oh, Tipsy has uncanny dodge? Well, I didn't think about that. And then it's Onyx's turn next. Onyx, who mechanically, he has no rages left, so he I'm getting flush in the face now. Did I? Yes, I did use the cure wounds. Okay. Onyx's turn. So Remy is now let's just do some, like, dots so I remember that he is were-ratted now. And then Onyx, who kind of reading the situation, will step forward, dunk, dunk. Not looking at Tipsy, but stepping up to Tipsy's aid. And then he will pull out a javelin from his inventory. And then he will throw the javelin. Oh, shit. Well, he'll try. So he'll throw the javelin in front of Remy as he's running. Not like Centipede or Galaga, where he's trying to intercept, like he's throwing it past Remy to stop him. So that's an 11 plus 2. Yeah, he's just hitting ground pretty much. So an 11 plus 2 for 13. Remy's here, and then Onyx will throw a javelin, and then it will, let's do, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. So then it goes. Fuck. Okay. So the javelin. Thunk. As Remy's running down the alley, then in front of Remy, but to the right, his right, the javelin into the ground, and that kind of spooks Remy. And he kind of starts moving to his left. That's Onyx's turn. Oh, he could have done a reckless attack, but he's sleepy. So what other reactions could I do beforehand? Okay. So now it's Rock's turn. Rock only has 2 level 2 spell slots left. Cool. Love it. Quick and easy. I love it. So, this is... as he's running, then Rock steps forward to join Tipsy and Onyx in that lineup. And then... let's move everybody. No, let's... canvas size. We're scrolling down. Cool. So then Rock steps forward into the lineup and then throws up his hand, like both of his hands kind of in a summoning upwards motion, and then you can hear the clinkle clankle of his silver mantle go, and then in Remy's head, then he sees this solid wall of pure silver, 10 foot wide, in front of him. So silver. Right there, which is taking up, if the alleyway is 15 feet wide, okay, boop, silver wall. Then if the alleyway is 15 feet wide, then the javelin thunk, into the far right 5 feet, and then this wall will cover up the middle and the left 10 feet. So then Remy needs to roll a intelligence saving throw in order to see if he gets fooled by it. Which Rock's spell DC difficulty class is 14. I love narrative because Remy has a 0 intelligence score and he rolled a 13. So then Remy, skittering down the alley, gets spooked by the javelin thrown to the right, and then he keeps running, and then Rock summons up this silver wall in Remy's mind because he used phantasmal force, and that stops Remy dead in his tracks. And then you see like the Rodentia shallow quick breathing That's very good, illusion wizard. It's very good. Phantasmal force. And then Toot Toot. He will step forward into the lineup. And then what time is it? 8:40. He will try something. Then Toot Toot, he will step forward into the lineup, and then he will extend out his arm, gesturing towards Remy, and he says, "We're at the alley, sleep now, tired, you go to sleep now." And then he will cast Sleep on Remy. So, magic, Toot Toot, sleep. Roll 5d8. Roll 5d8. That will be the pool of how many hit points the creature can... The hit points of creatures the spell can affect. So, Remy right now has... Where did that piece of paper go? I think I remember what it was, but I want to make sure. Okay. So, 5d8. 5d8. Might not be good. So 5d8. He rolled a 3 and a 3. A 1 and a 3. Oh shit. Yeah, no. And then a 2. Boy howdy, narrative didn't want that to happen. So with the 12, then Remy hears this and jerks back towards the mouth of the alley and shrugs off the sleep spell. Oh boy, sleep. Let's see if I cast that at a higher spell level, if that adds anything, like another 2d8 or something. Well, this might be one of those instances where narrative is like, stop. At a higher level, let's see. It's possible. If I cast it at a second level, then I roll an additional 2d8. But okay, let's roll evens yes, odds no, if I do cast it at a higher level. 5 is odd, no, I will not. So the dice did tell me. Right now, in an alley, then a cowering young were-rat is stuck between a javelin and a wall, a silver wall in his mind. And he's facing the mouth of the alley to see our 4 boys standing in a line, kind of posing like superheroes, but right now the morality of what they're doing, it's ultimately good, but they're going about it in a not good way. With this tableau, I'm going to take a intermission break real quick. So, yikes. I'll be right back. So you use the restroom, grab something to drink, and here we go. Let's use old theatrical reel and mocap.
Great. Just so you guys know, there's no group sex. Okay, fine, group sex.
Whoa. Question! Did you melt all the weapons?
Yeah, that's how we made these cool little peace thingies.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, Civil War general, you must know how to fight?
Sure. Poverty, sexism, social injustice.
Now, from where I stand, there's only one thing we can do.
Group sex. Right? No. We'll fight then.
You'll be the first to die, but I like your enthusiasm.
You might die.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
I am looking for,
Brian, he's not here today. Sorry, we can't give that out. You could leave him a note. I think he works again next week.
Now what?
We can't stay here. Why not? It isn't safe. You're overreacting. Not this time. Are you scared? Well, at least we are here together. Does anybody know we're here? Did you hear something?
All right, y'all. So, I am not going to cast Sleep at a second level, a higher level, but I do want to just roll the bones to see if it would have done it, because the scene's going in a different direction now, but I just want to see. Great. It was a 2 and a 2, so that would not have been enough. So, Remy is cowering now, and then it is back up to the top of the order, so Tipsy, and then Tipsy steps forward up to Remy's melee range, so within 5 feet. Oh. So Tipsy, he was here, so he stepped forward to within Remy's melee range. Prime for another bite. And Tipsy says, Remy, you are my only mission. They have missions, but you and your family, besides reading a really dumb quick book and then rock, hey, you are the only thing. And then Tipsy will roll. He has again 0 charisma, but okay. He has 0 charisma, but his heart and soul is into this. And I will allow, because he has 0 charisma. So just like Onyx, deception is 0, intimidation is 0, persuasion, well, performance is +3, but that's because Victor wanted to play performance, and now, well, and then since then, Victor has built Toot Toot, but Victor will use Tipsy's +8 animal handling wisdom for this. So this is a persuasion roll disguise. Well, this is, yeah, a persuasion roll, but parentheses, animal handling. 8. 8 plus 8, 16. With that, Tipsy doesn't know if it affected Remy, because Remy, like, his honey-colored eyes are darting, and right now they're very much what happens when like you see a coyote in the dark, so you could just see the discs, like no pupils, and so you can see Remy's eyes dart at the javelin, dart at the silver wall behind him, dart at Tipsy, and then dart at the the 3 boys still lined up. And then Remy will roll a very important insight check, which is wisdom, which is +0. So a 17, which beats Tipsy's 16. Narrative. Okay. With that 1 point difference, then Remy, who feels like a cornered rat, will attack Tipsy. With his bite attack. +4 to hit. What is Tipsy's armor class? That is... Okay. I don't know what narrative's trying to tell me right now. That is a 12 +4, which is a 16. Tipsy's armor class is a 17. So, what Remy does is he's cornered, his breathing intensifies, and then in a desperate attempt, he will then bite again at Tipsy's chest, and then kind of like he bites the windbreaker, and it's kind of stuck in his teeth, and he's like twisting about, kind of stuck in Tipsy. And then they're kind of caught in kind of a grapple, and then Onyx, it's his turn, and then he steps forward, and then seeing the struggle and the journey that Tipsy has been in the past couple episodes of turning down Onyx's silver mantle and going out of his way to help these were-rats, even though Remy doesn't want their help, and seeing the bravery of Tipsy walking to this mutated monster creature form of this were-rat, and risking bites and scratches, and even though he defended himself with the poison spray, then like he's still going after this thing, and something in Onyx kind of clicks, and then he stepped forward to Remy, like getting twisted up in Tipsy's windbreaker, and then he will say, Tipsy said no to his silver mantle. I tried to give it to him, but he said no because he wants to help you. That means a lot. So, even though he has a -1 charisma to everything, Onyx has the second best animal handling score with a +4 that he is proficient in, so I will let him roll that as well. A 12 plus a 4, which is another 16. And then with that, Remy starts to slow his struggle a little bit. And then Rock will step forward to kind of behind Tipsy so that he's behind him. And then Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What do that do? Oh, shit. Okay. So this is a new spell that Rock learned when he leveled up called Borrowed Knowledge, and it is from one of the new campaign guides, which is Strixhaven, a Curriculum of Chaos or something. What is it? A curriculum of something. And it's called Borrowed Knowledge, where it is one action, you have proficiency in one skill where he lacks proficiency. So when he casts this, he will have proficiency in something that he does not have proficiency in, which is cool. So literally, oh shit, literally Rock will step up and then he goes, "And we are here to help Tipsy help you. This is literally my last spell slot to demonstrate it." And then he shows up, he puts up his hands, which Phantasmal Force is concentration, so I need to mark that down. So he will cast Borrowed Knowledge on himself, which is literally his last spell slot, so that he can gain proficiency, which is 2, to his animal handling. Which, okay, cool, because Rock has this dumb saddle on him that does increase his armor class, but, like, nerfs everything else, because his speed is technically 5 feet lower. And his charisma, anything that has to do with charisma, is at disadvantage because of this dumb saddle, which I need to fix, and it's broken and it's dumb. But all of the charisma attributes, all the charisma skills would be at disadvantage. However, animal handling is a wisdom. So whatever he rolls will be a plus 3 to animal handling, because it'll be a plus 2 proficiency to his plus 1 wisdom. That's a 19 plus 3 hot dog. So with a 22, then you feel Remy slow even more. And then Toot Toot. Oh shit. And then Toot Toot will step forward. And then he will put a hand on amazing. He will put a hand, because Remy's breathing is slowing, and both he feels, well, his space is being encroached on so fucking hard right now, so he feels absolutely trapped. And then, like, it's his breath is slowing because he is so fucked. And then Toot Toot walks up and goes, this towering 7'3" figure, who is this towering 7'3" figure, and Tipsy's 2'10", and then the were-rats are just about that tall. And so Toot Toot bends down and then points at Tipsy. "He's here to help you." He points at Rock. "We're here to help you." And then Toot Toot puts a hand on Remy's, like, back. "We are here to help you. So do with this whatever you want." And then he will give Remy a bardic inspiration. So Toot Toot's giving Remy the choice that whatever he wants to add that to, it will help him. So with that, it is, yeah. boy, howdy. I wouldn't want to be this rat, but I am. So, and then it's back to the top of the order, and then Tipsy.
Remy, please. I just want to help.
And with that, with all of these huge successes, I will let Tipsy roll with advantage for animal handling. That is a 15 plus 8, 23. And then a 10 plus 8, 18. So 18 and 23. Then Tipsy, with that, he kind of, with Remy all entwined in his windbreaker, then Tipsy hugs Remy and embraces him like a brother. And for Remy's turn, then you just hear this silent sob into Tipsy's chest, right where Remy bit him the first time, tried to bite him this time, and if we could see it, then Remy's tears hit Tipsy's bite mark on his chest, and there's just this tense moment. It's quiet. It was a tense moment, but then it kind of melts into like this sad, tired. Everyone's so tired. I want to make sure I click the right button here. This sad, tired. It's been a very long day in game. So, and look at all that red on my limited resources page. That's a lot. Onyx is out of rages. Toot Toot only has like a couple spells left. Rock has no spells left. Tipsy kept getting hurt. And then you see the back of Remy morph back into a halfling. And then you hear a muffled,
I am sorry. It is difficult to ask for help when all anyone wants to do is exterminate you.
And then Tipsy, yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't, because I'm a gnome, but some of this party, if you look around, they're a bunch of weirdos. So, like, a freakishly tall dwarf, hey, I'm just saying. A half-orc, do you think Rock gets a lot of, like, smiles and, like, free pastries? No. And then Toot Toot, like, he gets stares everywhere. So, like, he adapted his whole life and his whole personality about turning those stares into, like, performative driven, like, he wants the stares. Because you're a, what is it, a masochist?
I'm an actor.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I sympathize. I empathize. I really do. And I really want to help you and your sister Cleo and your father Algernon, because Rock, the half-orc wizard behind me, told me something to help you all, especially your father. And then there was a listening silence to that. And then Remy detangles himself from Tipsy's front. And it's just that exhaustion after you've, like, cried for like an hour. But
I am sorry I messed up your front.
this thing, I don't care. I care about you, though.
Why?
Well, I was gonna save this if I ever go back into to see your family, but this little guy. And then Tipsy reaches into his pocket and pulls out Waddles, and we're in a very close shot of Remy and Tipsy right like brotherly close to each other, and then Waddles is in the middle, and then Waddles like stretches and yawns. And I always yawn when I yawn as Waddles. And then Tipsy looks down. This, before I met these guys, Waddles was my only friend. And do you think he gets a lot of scritches and pets? Do you think when he goes up to someone, then someone's like, oh, what a precious ratto? No. Like, people scream and jump on a chair and try and whack him with a broom or any other weapon. But Waddles is just the sweetest fucking little thing. And he's gotten me through a lot. And I feel a kinship with you all. So it's more of an instinct, an animalistic instinct, I guess, but I just want to help. I got more food. And then Remy, both Remy and Waddles like sniff over to the big bag. And then Remy, still in close proximity with Tipsy, like looks over at Onyx, and then up at Rock and Toot Toot. You are all quite big. Yeah, I know. It's a lot sometimes. Okay. Yes, I will accept your help, Tipsy. And then he extends out his hand, which the hair on his arm is like thicker brown fur, and his fingernails end sharply. And then he accepts. Oh, and then Tipsy kind of, he has Waddles, and well, hold on a second. And then he switches Waddles to the other hand, and then shakes. And then as they shake, Waddles is right there, and he sniffs the shaking of hands. And then Remy kind of looks back up. I appreciate the gestures, however, I must insist you do not wear those. And then he points again to the silver mantles when meeting my papa and Cleo. You two already met. You look like you could cause some serious damage. And then Onyx, this whole time, is watching, and again his thoughts are swirling with Tipsy and just the mind-boggling extent to what he's gone through in order to help these three things that Onyx hasn't met before, but now he's measuring the gumption of Remy. And then Onyx, yeah, but not with this. And then Onyx takes off his silver mantle. And then he kind of folds it up and puts it in his bag. And then looks over at Tipsy and gives a manly nod. And then Rock is, so do we... And then Toot Toot, yes, I think that is the good move. And so then Rock and Toot Toot take off their silver mantles. And then they fold it up and put him in their inventory. And then Onyx goes, We'll find something else to be our thing.
And then Remy goes, I appreciate that, thank you. Okay, I am fucking starving. Bring the food and let us go meet Cleo and Papa. And then Remy now leads the way as they go into the alley. And it's 9:10, and I thought about leaving it there, but let's see how far we can go just a little bit further. Because there's still story left to be told. Oh, great. So, then. Okay, I just want to make sure that I was. Sorry. Just want to make sure that I was still live, that I'm still recording, that I still have 6,000 viewers. Wow, y'all. Y'all are coming out in droves. Thank you. So as we're walking, then Remy is leading the way. Tipsy's directly behind him. Onyx and Toot Toot fall back a little bit. Oh, I have some crying emojis from Mommy. Oh, one of the crying emojis, then MG as an OMG. Yeah, that. I mean, narrative. That combat was getting kind of really, really rough. So, narrative wanted this to happen. So, Onyx and Toot Toot start falling back because then Rock comes forward and goes, "Hello, excuse me, Remy. It's good to see you again. I am Rock the half-orc wizard." I remember. Okay. Well, I do have a couple questions, if you don't mind me asking. Since we are walking back to your place, Silver's relationship to were creatures and lycanthropy. I tried to read about it, but in my monster manual, it didn't have. Not monster. That's we are really in these adventures exploring what it means to be a monster, huh? But what is the why is Silver so bad? Well, Silver, and as they're walking, Silver is the only thing that can really hurt us. Although that poison spray was not pleasant to take in my face. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but like you scratched my face. It is a good point. You are bleeding just a little bit. Yeah, I know. Papa told us when we were old enough to remember that Silver, he told us that it is of the moon. So when it is full moon outside, then that is when me and Cleo and Papa are the worst. So, like, there is a relationship there, and it is of the moon, not like from the moon. So it is a representative, but still, like, there is power and representation. No? Yeah, sure. Duh. And then there. So it's like also he told us apocryphal things about Silver, where in old times they used Silver a lot for homeopathic or alternative cure. So they used it a lot for medical reasons, but there is speculation, and we have been trying to do the research ourselves, which is hard because we cannot necessarily just walk into a library where shite, Victor is playing with his toys and knocks something over, where the curse we have is maybe blood-borne virus. So Silver might be the cure with antibiotic qualities, and it might actually be toxic to us because it's trying to cure us from the inside out and violently and dripping out So there's that as well. But something, I don't have a lot of intelligence or wisdom, but I heard this and it makes me sound smart. So silver is something that a lot of other precious metals and decorative fancy things it tarnishes, which is where it is out in the air, but then tiny bits of sulfur in the air come and gather on it, and it makes it black and crusty and bad. So one speculation is that that sulfur interaction with silver, and sulfur is also brimstone, or the devil's element. And then he kind of waggles his paw-like fingers. And if you notice, then his paws are a little bit, they're not like permapaws like Algernon has, but they are because him and Cleo were born were-rats, then they kind of have more, like Algernon is very far gone in the lycanthropy were-rat situation because he's also old, and the two bleed together. But Remy and Cleo have like more of a snout a little bit than a nose. Like there are details that like nod towards just the natural, they were born with it. So his paws are more meaty, but you can see the, like, his hands are more meaty, but you can see like the paws innate in them. So he goes, okay, so then when silver and sulfur meet together, one of the things is silver tarnishes because of sulfur in the air. But when silver and sulfur meet together, they make silver sulfide, which is not toxic to any other animal, but it is not soluble in water. So the proposition is that were-rats are filled with sulfur. So if we are hit with silvered weapons, then the silver meets the sulfur in our body, and then the silver would meet contact with the sulfur, and then it would travel through the bloodstream of an animal and then block off blood vessels and then poisoning cells. So technically we have damage immunities for all weapons except for anything silvered, but when it scratches us, then when silver reaches our bloodstream, then that is very, very bad. Technically, we could touch silver, but it is like the worst allergic reaction you have ever thought of. It is almost like lethal allergic reaction. So, shard shunners. Ah, yes. And then Rock pushes his silver mantle deeper into the backpack. And then Tipsy, so then Remy leads the pack to a back entrance of the halfling hostel, and then opens the door and then leads them through a hallway, and then to the left you can see Joy, the halfling, tending the kiosk at the entranceway of the halfling hostel, but then they take a right into a hallway with a couple doors in it, and then knock on the door. Remy goes up and like does a special knock. A special knock at the door. And then we are listening for a response. So with that, I will have all my boys roll. That works out very well. So for perception, then Tipsy rolled an 11 plus 8. Damn, I forgot you have great perception, kiddo. So that is a 19 perception for Tipsy. Onyx rolled a 10 plus 2, 12. Rock rolled a 6 plus 1, 7. And Toot Toot rolled a 17 plus 3 perception. So that's a 20. But since they're all listening for a response, then technically Toot Toot is using keen hearing right now because of his big old giant ears. So he will get advantage whenever he's actively listening. Okay, so 17 plus 3 was better. So Tipsy's 19 and Toot Toot's 20. Then you can hear inside the were-rat room. You can only hear inside. Okay, well, I just want to make sure that you're fine and that everything's taken care of. Yeah, it's everything in there. So, please, we will not have it. And then Remy is putting his ear to the door and is kind of like looking to make eye contact with the two party members that kind of perked up because they could hear something, and then Remy raps on the door harder, and then Cleo opens the door, and then Remy shares a glance with Cleo, and then Cleo nods, and then the camera then turns into the room, and then we see no one there except for Algernon kind of asleep in a corner on some like hay with a burlap sack vest and then Tipsy's farmer's wife's scarf wrapped around his neck. Yeah, and that's a pretty good place to end it. Yes. Awesome. Oh, boy. I did not have high hopes for how things were going. Like, I was like, fuck, Remy's gonna run away, or they're gonna... Because if Toot Toot did succeed on the sleep spell, at 9:12, my mom went, freaking narrative, in all caps, and I totally agree. So if Toot Toot had succeeded on the sleep spell, then I had this very intense vision in my head of Toot Toot walking in, kind of at the end of Harry Potter where Hagrid is carrying Harry's lifeless body. Then it would have been just a really upsetting either to Joy in the entranceway, or if they made it all the way into the were-rat room. Like they open it and then Cleo and Algernon like see Remy's limp form in Toot Toot's hand, and Toot Toot and Rock and Onyx were wearing their silver mantles, and that would have just been a real shit show. So, like this is like really the second episode where I'm super, super flush, just emotionally, but like that was some amazing narrative and growth for everyone. And now I'm very tired. And I have a film festival to go to tomorrow. So that is where I'm going to leave tonight's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Victor Rivera, and this is D&Me, where I play Dungeons & Dragons by myself. I stream on Wednesday nights on Twitch, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I throw up the video on Thursday mornings on YouTube, so watch it there. And then today's show will be up tomorrow, Thursday 24th. I just said Thursday, February 24th. And then next week's episode will not be Wednesday. It might be Thursday or Sunday. depending on what is best. My mom at 9:24 says, "Oh, thank goodness that didn't happen." Oof! 3 exclamation points. I totally agree. So it's great that even if he cast it at a 2nd level, then it wouldn't have been in. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a bunch of other places. And I have a podcast. Where can you find all that? On my Linktree, link.tr/ee. Nope. link. tr.ee/DnMeAdventures. And like Gnome, I have the podcast. I have D&, Recaps. I have D&, Artistry, which is Tuesdays on 7 p.m. I should write that into my outro notes, future Victor. I have D&Me Extras, where I do like bonus stuff, behind the scenes nonsense. I have D&Me Like a Drink, where a Monday every month, I should put all this down together. D&Me Like the Drink, where a Monday in every month, I sit down and we chat, grab a glass of something good. So, Rock? I roll to see which of my characters gets tonight's outro, but Tipsy, Rock, and Toot Toot already went, so it's Onyx's turn. Wow. That was a lot, huh? So, I fell in love, and then, Tipsy's whole thing. Alright, good night. I love Onyx's outros.